Hi, Dr. Willie here. I'm doing a combination for Better Than Steroids and What Does Your Doctor Look Like Naked, just because I touched on a post a few weeks ago that talked about the importance of knowing your foods. And I talked about the fact that a banana is not protein. Well, that has stimulated a couple emails and questions on, well, what's a good protein? So I thought I'd do a quick little series, 3, maybe 4 short little videos here and discuss protein, because I think it's of absolute importance. As a matter of fact, that's what the word protein means. It means it's of prime importance. So let's just talk about protein real quick. I'll spend 2 or 3 minutes on this video, and then we'll go about on other videos just expanding on what I'm talking about. I'll mention this in each one too. There is a PDF or slide presentation available on my website, drwilley.com, under the power of protein, and I'll follow its format while I'm presenting. If you want to read it or get into a little more detail, or if I stutter, or if you miss something I said, you can go there to reference it. So let's start with it. Protein is of prime importance. That's the root of the word. It is an essential nutrient. In other words, you cannot make protein without taking it in. Same goes for fat. Fat and protein are absolutely essential nutrients. Guess what? Carbs are not essential. You can live without them. Now that could be a source of great argument for a few people, so we'll just leave it at that. Protein's of prime importance. There's a simple dietary rule I tell people. I get asked quite often. Matter of fact, I was asked earlier this week, Doc, what's the best thing I can do for dieting? What's the number one rule of dieting? Was basically what they asked. And the number one rule of dieting is adequate protein. You got to have adequate protein. So before you count your calories, before you decide to cut a macronutrient like your carbs or your fats, before you decide to get into some funky, fatty eating style or whatever, you have to make sure you have adequate protein in your diet. It's of prime importance. Protein has similar amount of calories per gram that carbohydrates do. We estimate around 4. So for every gram of protein I eat, that's roughly 4 calories. So if I eat 10 grams of protein, I get 40 calories involved. So that's an important number to know if you are someone that likes to count or follow your calories by either burning them in exercise or sticking them down your throat and counting them, whatever. That's a simple little number to remember. For every gram of protein, there are 4 calories associated with it. Protein comes in a variety of sources. Anything that walked, crawled, swam, or flew at any one time in its life is a protein, and that's a whole protein. Nuts and seeds are good sources of protein. Dairy is a good source of protein. Vegetables have protein. The concern with vegetables is, and for all my good vegan friends out there, is you have to combine your vegetables to get a whole protein. That's why we see peas and carrots in the frozen food section together. That's why a lot of vegetarians eat rice and beans together. That combination makes a whole protein. Very simple way to remember it, that you need adequate and whole proteins every day in your diet. Protein is also very metabolically active. It's important in muscle contraction. It's important in metabolic activities. It acts as cofactors for enzymes. It does so many things in your body I couldn't list. One thing very important to understand, though, protein is probably your most energy utilizing macronutrient. And what I mean by that is it takes more actual energy from your body or calories. The word calories and energy can be interchanged. It takes more energy from your body to utilize protein that you eat than it takes to utilize fat or carbohydrates. So there's a distinct metabolic advantage to higher protein diets compared to higher carbohydrate diets or higher fat diets. I think I'll end this little section right now, part 1 of the power of protein, just so you can absorb that. Again, it's available on my website if you want to review it at drwilley.com. It's right on the front page right now under the power of protein. Click on it and you'll be able to scroll down the slides that I produce for it. In my next video, we'll cover more detail. I'll get into some of the concerns with protein. Are there dangers and risks? And then we'll start talking about the types of protein and what's best for the individual. Until next time.